did look like they had that. How do you... Why are you sending me into the options menu game? I wonder... I should probably just stick with him. Bad news about the combined health bar demand. They did not. Well, apparently I was damaging them at a very similar rate then. If nothing else. Do you actually like the arcade version of this? People seem to like the arcade. I've never actually seen the arcade version. I just know that people generally complain about Pit Fighter. Because obviously the SNES version of Pit Fighter's just broken. It's unplayable. Don't even try to play the SNES version. It's not worth it. It's an RNG fest because to use a strategy you need to knock them down, and it's completely RNG as to whether or not you get hit on the initial punch, or whether you get frozen in place actually, because when you load up, it seems to randomly dictate how much time you get frozen as, which is dumb. I don't really understand that. And if it takes too long, they just get to like hit you and throw you on the ground and take off half your health. Pit Fighter playthrough on the SNES. Yeah, no one should do that. Like, I'm sure you could eventually win because you do get your health back, but you're basically just hoping every time it starts off you can immediately move, and that you win the initial punch so you can throw loop them. If you can do that, you can win that one. Turtle! Welcome in! Welcome, Raiders! You can get a shouty for Turtle. I don't know if can I pause this? I can pause this. How was the stream, Turtle? What were you doing? Was it more Mega Man runs? Or was it something else today? Indy, welcome in. Nightmare Circus vibes? I mean, this is a lot better than Nightmare Circus, I'll say that. This one, I'm using a jump kick. I don't have to jump kick like I'm doing right now. It seems to work to keep my health up, and I don't have much life with those little extra lives, and it doesn't seem like I have continues. Vince, welcome in. Lots of good runs today. Any like best of sections or any PBs? K-Bro, welcome in. And yes, we are pit fighting. This Genesis one's not too bad. It's like a beat 'em up mixed with a fighter. So it's okay. I'm not saying it has the greatest controls or activities between the logic of like how the fighters work and you work and the weird outside where people push you, but it's playable. This version is playable. Dr. Cool, welcome in. Multiple golds, nice, but no PBs. But at least you got like little sections that you know you got big improvements on, so if you get those, and then next time, you'll get that PB. You're getting it. Matt, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Spoilers, this game is a mint. This one I don't hate as much as Brutal Paws of Fury. The SNES one is worse than Brutal Paws of Fury. The SNES one is the worst fighting game ever made. Apparently there's a Game Boy one. Maybe the Game Boy one or the Game Gear one are just as bad as the SNES one. But Pit Fighter on the SNES is the worst fighting game ever made. Brutal Paws of Fury is a close second. And then everything else is a lot better than both of those, at least from what I've seen. J-Dog, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Monday as well. Virtual on when? Once I do more fighters in like the PS1, Sega Saturn, etc. era. I've mostly just been focusing on like the Genesis, SNES, NES era. Occasionally touching into the Neo Geos. But beyond that, I haven't really gone a whole lot beyond. Yeah, Virtual On's really good. I played the OG a few times in the arcade. Always enjoyed it. Very different. Class as a fighting game, it's no more a fighting game than Final Fight is, you decided. It's definitely not a pure... It is more of like a beat-em up almost, Derpal. It's a one-on-one each time. So it's more like a fighter in that standpoint, like a hybrid fighter. It's a beat-em up fighter hybrid. But it is, yeah, more of a beat-em up style. Credits welcome in. Balls is up there in Rise of the Robots. Rise of the Robots was significantly better than Brutal Paws of Fury and Pit Fighter on SNES. We did that last time. It doesn't have a lot of content. It's slow on loads, and it's very limited. It's okay, but the fact that it's so limited, slow on loads, not a lot of content means it's not a great game. Like, you can't do much except for punch and kick and position. It's kind of simplistic and stupid. But it was all okay-ish. It just not a game you'd want to play more than once. But Balls I've always liked. I actually like Balls. I think people just are weirded out by Balls because it's a weird 3D hybrid fighter. There's not a lot of games to it, but me and my brother, we always loved Balls. Playing Balls 3D. I know people are looking at, oh, I'm gonna clip that, like playing with balls. But Balls I don't hate. I like it. It just it's not standard. If you're looking for a standard fighter, don't play Balls. Mine's out of the gutter, Balls. Exactly, Walter Buck. Exactly. Welcome in. It was an adventure. I like that you have the different characters. I think the issue also might have been on some carts, apparently, like it would always erase people's progress in Balls. So they never really got to expand who they were using or anything. It is a tough game, yes, from what I remember. It's been a long time since I played it. I'll have to play it on stream again at some point. But it can be quite tough, especially toward the end. Mixer would have gone crazy if he's seen Virtual On arcade in real life. He never saw Virtual... Mixer, you have never played or seen Virtual On? What the hell? How did you miss Virtual On? Granted, it's 3D, so maybe Mixer's mind was just like, 3D? I never saw it. I never saw it. It never happened. Never know. Hate Balls 3D, hate it so very much, not for you. It's a different game, so like for a lot of people, they may not like it, but I was fine with it. Probably because I didn't play a lot of fighting games. Like, fighting games as a genre are my least played genre. We've done a lot in the past 2 or 3 streams, but it is my least played genre. Most of my experience is in newer fighting games, just because it has more content and stuff, or Super Smash. Honestly, if you combine all the Smash games and the time I have in Smash Brothers, I have more time in all the Smash series than I do in every other fighting game I've ever played combined. Probably by double. Probably by double. That is how little I have played fighting games. Was Virtual On in the arcades? Yes, it was. Yeah, they had it. They ported it to home consoles, but they did have it in the arcades. Yep. But let's see if we can't bring down the double opponents this time. I have to assume it looked like that guy with the mask was above him, and they were like guarding him. So I wonder if that guy in the mask comes next, because he like showed up in a cutscene before. I feel like I'm beating up the father from Family Matters. feels wrong. Urkel's gonna come flying out soon. Winslow. There we go, yeah. Guy who plays the cop and everything, yes. The Psycho Twins! The Psycho Twins, the two of them are just, those two are crazy. They do 2 damage if they charge hit me. They have a full bar of health. Apparently they have 2 life bars. And it knocks me back. Remember the Robo Nerd episode of Family Matters? I'm trying to remember. That one's not coming to me. I remember a big one that I remember as a kid was like, I think they went to like, it was Urkel and the daughter went to Disney World and he kept on transforming. What was it, Stefan? Was that the character's name when he was like in Chad mode, I guess what you would say? Stefan. Suave Urkel was Stefan, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh yeah, Stefan that's right, Urkel, that's right. He did also change his last name too. Invented a robot version of himself, but went mad, and then later on Urkel rewound the robot and did a knockoff episode of RoboCop. I don't remember that one. That one sounds like, that sounds awesome though, that one. I'm sure I probably saw it. Either that or I just happened to miss that episode. But I must have seen it at one point. Windjammers game all retro would love. I played they had a new one that they just had released that I'd played with my brother a bit. There was this like a new version of the game that just came out. Had like the little one-on-one ping pong volleyball net versus whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't really know what it's called. Frisbee pong versus. Knife, go away. No, 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 no. Those block me? That's so dumb. The barrels unthrown block me. Can't use my strategy if I get blocked by barrels. Angel, you're going down. Take it. There we go. Angel's dead. The robot had a major crush on Laura. Did he transform into Stefan to stop the robot, or was it just Steve Urkel in his normal form in the robot one? Yeah, she didn't seem very angelic. She's like trying to stab me with knives and throw me into crowds to beat me up. Oh, whoa. Did you see that? I jumped on top of him. I have no idea how I managed that, but I somehow managed to jump right on top of the stool. Take that, CC Rider. Wasn't CC Rider this one of the either the character, the song of the dog in Animal Crossing? Isn't there a song, CC Rider? KK Slider. Okay, so it's like almost CC Rider. As the Kamen Rider reference. Kamen Rider. Oh, if I was Kamen Rider, these guys would have no chance. Use my special superhero powers. I'd be the one throwing a motorcycle at someone if I was Kamen Rider. I don't have to worry about getting attacked by a giant throwing a bike at me if I was Kamen Rider. I'd just summon it and be like, hey, run into him, please. Take that. Well, he rides it into stuff because Kamen Rider can summon it. Like, he literally rams into people with... like, he's not on it, but he'll, like, summon it and it will run into people. Which is basically the same as throwing it at them. Yeah! CC Rider, he's got a fist, but you won't feel it. But I am the survival of the fittest, and now I'm feeling it. Now one of these guys, I hate this guy. Him and his stupid charge move. Okay, maybe we can... At least he's slow, though. And bounce him. Looks like we can bounce kick him from, like, a corner. Maybe that's what we need to do when we get to both of them. We charge if he has a knife in... Maybe we need an item in their hand. Maybe they won't charge as long as they have something in their hand. No, pick it up. Good. Testing something here. I can't have you afford to drop that knife. So far, he hasn't done a charge, so maybe that's the key. Maybe you want to get like them with an item in their hand, and they won't go for a charge. Nope, grab it. Good. I like that the random crowd members will step out predetermined time and stab the air in front of them. And then step back. Doesn't matter if there's anything there, just got a job to do. They do. Maybe they're crazy. I mean, they are a little crazy. You got these guys with weapons and you're just gonna come out and, like, stab punch people? Okay, he never went for a charge there. So maybe we want items in their hand. In which case I can just use my same strategy I've been using. If that's what works. We'll have to hope for that. And this guy's fast, that's right. Okay, it seems if we bounce into him, that he'll get bounced up, so that's actually a useful strategy too. I can use that to, like, realign myself. Oh, dang it, jump. Can't tell, is that supposed to be a Roman helmet? Or is that supposed to be a saw blade on his head? Kinda looks like a saw blade. Hey, the strategy's working. Oh, I hit him there. How the hell did I do that? So cheap. Now you're out of those barrels, heavy metal. What are you gonna do now? They're gonna go for some cheap kicks and land them. That's what's gonna happen, I see. Nope. Gotcha, heavy metal. Still haven't lost a life yet. We're about to, though. Might be frosted tip hair. Let's ask Google. In a close-up pic, it's his hair. It's supposed to look like metal. What the hell? He made his hair look like a helmet? Why would he do that? Yeah! Knocked in. Too fuzzy to be a helmet if you use metal paint on things. Get weird interaction with lights. Well, I mean, they're using 2x4s and daggers and throwing motorcycles at me, so I'm not sure why they would even care. It's like with Vega in Street Fighter. Everyone's using their fists and suddenly a dude with claws comes out of nowhere. Okay, there we go. There's our first life lost. Punk also uses claws, but not those you can detach with these His are more like lengthened fingernails, though, aren't they? In the shape of claws, like they're that sharp style fingernails that are like to make him look more beastly. So technically, those wouldn't be claws. Taurus, welcome in. So the Genesis version is a lot better than the SNES version. SNES one is so broken, there's really no point in playing it. It's too broken. This one, at least you can actually do things. Like, the SNES is something where you put on once and it's like, wow, this is how broken that is. This is awful. And this one's more like, oh, you actually want to play Pit Fighter. Play the Genesis versions. Doing pretty good. Hope you're having a good Monday. I mean, I'd continue with the SNES one, but it's literally so broken that the strategies that I can do to win appear to be an RNG. So, like, right when you start, you have health, and you have 1 life for the whole game. But the health doesn't make sense. It's not like a bar. And when you reach 0, you just lose. There's no 2 tries or anything. But every time you start a round, it randomly decides to hold you in place. Now, that can be immediate, or it can hold you in place so long the enemy gets to you and just beats the crap out of half your life. Beyond that, there is also the issue that the enemy moves up and down faster than you, so you are forced at first to engage them directly. The problem is, there seems to be an RNG aspect of priority where it determines who wins the initial brawl. So, you have 2 roles in the game where there's nothing you can do except whatever the RNG of the game gives you. And if it causes you to take damage, well, you basically have about 3 at most droppings on the ground of damage before you die. So you're forced to go through like 4 battles to get your health back, and that only gives you partial health back. And then I assume it probably does that every few levels to get through the whole game through those things. So it's like, well, once you get past all those RNG aspects, you can throw loop them infinitely if you're in the right spot. You can do that. There's also like one where that's not quite as good, where you can stun lock them, but you will get punched occasionally while you're doing it and take a little more damage. But you can do those. But the 2 other parts you can't control. So it's literally an RNG fest whether you can even win. And it's like, I'm not going to play a game where I literally roll 2 dice around, and if I roll 1 to 3, I take damage, and all I need is 3 bad rolls and I die. I'm just, it's that broken. So there's really no point in playing it. But this one, at least I can control. It's not like playing a game of chance, where the game of chance was against you the entire time. It's not like playing Russian roulette, which is what the SNES Pit Fighter is. Standing on a forklift, I know. And it's a non-functional forklift, because you see, as the money piles up, it goes up. So that's how we know the forklift doesn't work. They have to hold it up by the amount of money we've gained by kicking the crap out of people. There's some fun casino games on the SNES. I mean, I'm sure there's someone where, like, you can actually have a fun time based on the balance with them, where it's like, oh, it is a game of chance, but you're given, like, let's say you're given $10,000, so the point isn't to lose once, the point is, over time in this game, the casino game, we'll say, get to, like, say, $100,000 or something like that. That makes sense. That's fine, because, like, there are strategies, sort of, you can use to increase probability, recognizing probability, that sort of thing. But it's basically you're not getting a jackpot or anything. It's like, hey, you have $100,000 and your goal is to win $10. But to win $10, you have to win $1 a match, and every time you have to get a royal flush. Maybe not a royal flush, but at the very least you need to get like a you know, a straight or a flush 10 times in a row. It's like your chances of managing that, and that's assuming you also recognize the strategies you can use and you don't mess those up. Because then you also have to fight them and do the throw loop. If you mess up the throw loop, then it's back to square one, and then you have to do another dice roll. Yeah. I wonder if he has a brother named Northside. Maybe Ironside. Maybe he has... Oh, what the... I love how every other time they miss in the air, and the time where someone's throwing a motorcycle at me, a guy comes out with a knife exactly where I am. Every other time they don't. That's south side. Did anyone boot up their PS5 today? Got the PS1 boot up sound effect and immediately had the hair stand on the back of your head? There were PS1 four themes? So they added like the PS1 themes to the PS5. I don't even own a PS5, so I don't know what that would sound like. I only have a PS4. Only game I played for any length was Dragon Warrior Force. Yeah, the casino pokers in other gambling games in Dragon Quest are pretty functional. They're pretty well in your favor if you recognize what you have to do. They also code certain of the auto slots. There's always, not always, but usually in the games, there's one that's actually in your favor. You just need to know which one it is, and if you do, you will always win more often using a certain strategy than you will lose. Okay, I need him to pick up, I need the top one to pick up an item is what I need. Oh wow, he actually punched his own guy. Who knew? Who knew that could happen? No, don't throw the ninja star. I need you to have items. Pick up items. Good. Pick up item. Good. Keep items so you don't do charge. No, pick up an item. Get the knife down there. Get the knife. Good. Don't throw the knife. You need to have items. Okay, good. They both have a knife now. Don't drop the knife. Keep picking up items. Pick up item. Good. PlayStation's 30th. Is it really? Let me think about that. Really? Wait, the PlayStation came out in Japan in 1994? I can't remember if it was 95 or 96. I didn't realize Japan got it in 94, though. One of them's almost dead. Okay, we got one of them. Got one of them. These guys are about to be broke. Oh. Got it. Could you... There we go. There we go. We got him. Totally Studley. Have I tried the other characters? I have not. As soon as I saw I could do this little jump kick thing, I'm like, you know what? This seems to work. Stick with him. No point in using other characters if we got a strategy working. Okay, version was cool because you could have three. Oh, you could do three versus three player matches in this. So yeah, the arcade apparently seems to actually be like potentially, because I heard that a few people were saying they really like the arcade version. Like I said, this one's okay. Definitely better than the SNES version. I'd put this like up near probably slightly above Rise of Robots and Shaq Fu in terms of what I can do. His name's Warrior. I have to assume this guy's the final guy, right? Because he's in the cutscenes, and he had like those two guys holding him, and he's on the like the top of this stack of those crates that he just was at. So I have to assume this guy's like a champ or something. I'm not saying he is, but I assume he is. Unless there's like another cutscene with a different guy. Oh, leave me alone. Cheater. Get away from your boxes, cheater. Pets, welcome in. How's your day going? Up is throwing more boxes. The new champion. Okay, so he was then? He was supposed to be the champion? I like how we have these, like, supermodels surrounded by these, like, drunk dudes without shirts on and beer guts, and we're in like, some warehouse or something with random barrels and boxes. Oh. Thanks for the GGs. Goten, Pats, Deathmerk, Indy. The more playable consort. Yes, Crash. This one was significantly better. This one wasn't just like a roll of the die at the start of the round. You can actually build strategies and beat this one. Significantly better than the SNES port. Thanks for the GG's, hero. Yeah, I would put full name, but it only lets me do the initials. So yeah, that one's actually not that bad. I'd say worth a playthrough on the Genesis just to see what it is. It's not that long, not that tough. Pretty easy overall, but there's some function to it. What's up next? Good question. There was a game called, I think, Fighting Masters on the Genesis. I know that Shaq Fu still exists, but I was just testing that for now. Eventually we'll do a Shaq Fu playthrough, rather than just like a 5-minute test from last stream.